When you talk about improv, like creatively fulfilling you, how do you view podcasting and improv? Because you have a huge podcast as well, or multiple, I guess.
Yeah.
You're always on other people's podcasts, including mine, boxangels.com. How do you view that? Do you view that as sort of like a hobby? Do you view it as like a sort of creative playground to like mine ideas? Or what's your approach to improv and podcasting?
So I was just talking to my friend about this the other day. I didn't realize how much I took improv for granted until we lost it for those years during the pandemic. And now that it's back and I'm back to like my old show load and stuff, I'm like having such a good time. It's the one place I can go and just like goof around with my friends and while also feeling like I'm doing something that's like, you know, the audience is there, the audiences are fun. It's fun every single time. Every single time I do it, it's fun. And I love it. So it is a hobby, even though they're paying now, but it ain't paid to like, you know, it ain't live off this pay. But like, it is a hobby, but it's the most fun. It's so fun.
Right.
Like, and I love doing it. Like, I absolutely love it. It is a hobby, but I also look at it as work. I prioritize it for sure. Like, if I got an improv show, like, you know, trying to date and stuff, and they're like, well, what are you doing this night? What are you doing this night? I got shows every night. So, and I don't want you to come to the shows necessarily. Or you can come to the show because, you know, I'm in a place now I've been doing it long enough now to where I'm like, I'm not embarrassed by it.
Right.
Like, if it was, you know, 10 years ago, I'd be like, no, don't come to the show.
Yeah.
Like, this is for me. But like now I'm like, yeah, come to the show. There's going to be a bunch of people there. But like, but I do prioritize that. And maybe that's something I need to change.
Well, to me, it sounds like it's great for your mental health. Almost, it like
huge.
Centers you and brings you back to why you started doing this.
Yeah. I'm not thinking about nothing else when I'm on that stage, but what's going on that stage. Nothing else in life.
Yeah, you're being very mindful in that at that moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't deprioritize it. It sounds like it should be prioritized.
Yeah, I prioritize it because it's really good for me. So I look at it as work. I do. Podcasting as well. Sometimes I get annoyed with podcasting, honestly. Because podcast fans only know you from that, only see you as that.
Oh, interesting.
And so they get a little weird with sometimes in the DMs or, you know, when they're talking about you or whatever. And like sometimes it's unavoidable to not, they don't see you as human all the time.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's unavoidable to see something that pisses you off or bums you out. I try not to seek it out. I used to be, like years ago, I used to look at the Reddit all the time and be mad at these fucking weirdos. But now I'm like, I don't look at that stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't want to deal with it. But sometimes they'll tag you in something or DM you some wild shit and just like, okay, now you know. But I like doing the live shows a lot more because people can actually see your humanity.
Right.
On podcasts, people just hear you, and whether they love you or they hate you, they just think of you as a voice.
Right.
So it's like, no, I'm a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about live streaming these live shows now? Do you have an opinion on that? Like Dynasty Typewriter live streams a lot of their shows?
Oh, I don't have an opinion. I don't care.
No?
Nah, because I don't know that it's happening. So like,
well, I just like, I guess like I was talking about Stephanie Allen last week, and she was like, there's the moment like you can't capture that sort of vibe in the room necessarily over a live stream, and it kind of takes away from it. And some people tend to like pull back a little bit when it's streamed. So I was just curious if you.
I don't think about it when they're doing it. Like I literally will forget. That is happening.
Well, you're so mindful and in the moment. It sounds like improv and performing is really healthy for you. Honestly,
absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
It's like your flow state where you're just like locked in.
Yeah, it's like when I was playing basketball. Like it's like that. It's like you're not thinking about nothing else.
Yeah, it's muscle memory, and you're just sort of living. That's great. That's really cool.